The TorbayHour radio show.
Good evening, just after 8 o'clock, it's Monday night, which means it's time for the TorbayHour radio show. If anyone knows any IT consultants or engineers, really, Martin has managed to walk into the studio tonight and break the computer and now a pair of headphones.
Yeah, not a good start.
Goodness.
I'm upset, Rick.
Well, no, it's just unbelievable. You get here late and then you break everything. Anyway, we're talking and we're tweeting business in Torbay and South Devon for the next hour. If you want to get in touch with the show, Twitter is the way, #TorbayHour. Loads going on tonight. Of course, we've got music from Devon-based artists. More on that for you a bit later. If you want to request one of those songs, by the way, again, use the #TorbayHour and it'll come straight through to us. Also in the studio tonight, we've got Nikki Voice. What a great name for radio. Nikki Voice.
And she's brought jelly beans.
Thank you very much.
And she's brought jelly beans. Some jelly. Now, we're going to be talking about jelly later on, and as soon as I tweeted that earlier, we're getting loads of people saying, oh, jelly, the edible type? Are we talking ice cream as well? Just as a spoiler, it's nothing to do with ice cream, is it?
It's not, no.
Okay. Right, now we've sort of put that one to bed. We'll find out more about jelly a little bit later on. And, of course, we've got our account of the week. And today, our account of the week is Sylvan Adventures, represented by Dan. Good evening, Dan.
Good evening, TorbayHour.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
Now, for the uninitiated that haven't had a quick look at your Twitter feed, tell us all about Sylvan Adventures.
Sylvan Adventures, we are a social enterprise looking at connecting people back to nature. We deliver sort of forest school sessions, outdoor birthday parties, archery, green woodworking, and activities of the like.
Now, getting people back into nature is something, and I don't want to say it's a kind of trendy thing to do, but that's kind of what I mean. If you know what I'm saying. I mean, things like having a birthday party in a play cafe or in a restaurant and things like that are a bit early 2000s. So getting out there and enjoying nature and doing outdoor things, it's far more than now. Do you find that people want to engage more with nature?
Yes, people are wanting to enjoy more with nature, but there's also quite a few that, for various reasons, can't, or they're having difficulties doing it, or they're not aware of things or where they can go. So organisations put on sessions and events for people to come and join in, and we help give them the confidence and the knowledge to go out and do it themselves.
Now, we're blessed to live in a part of the world that has got places like Dartmoor, the River Dart, all those kind of places right on our doorstep. It still amazes me, really, that, I mean, if you live even in Torquay, that you go, should we go to Dartmoor? Oh, I don't know, it's a bit of a trek. I mean, it's 20 minutes and you're on the moors.
Yes, exactly. We are surrounded by some lovely countryside, and even the beach right on our front, seafront sort of thing. And we've been doing projects with young people in the bay and taking them down to the beach, and some of them have gone, wow, I've never really been here before. And
really?
5 minutes from where they live, 10 minutes from where they live. So
what are run through some of the activities that you do again. So archery is one of them.
Archery is one, and that's the traditional form of sort of your pointy archery at your targets. I do some soft archery, which is with suckers, so we can have children as young as 3 and 4 coming out doing it with us with a little bit of help. And then I'm looking at developing traditional archery, which is using flu arrows and different styles of shooting to make it more fun. Then I said we've got green woodworking workshops, which we're putting on in sessions, so you can come and learn to do use shave horses with us and make things out of wood. And then there's birthday parties, which can use some of those skills, or we can just be fun and games and playing in the woods and having cake and food and normal party stuff.
All of the essentials of a party.
Exactly.
Now, you mentioned it being a social enterprise, so this isn't something which is lining your pockets.
No, I'm making a living from it, but it's not to make profit, it's to do good for the community. So, as I said, we make a living, but we put on then events, free events and subsidised events. So if a community group or like a school, like Hay School recently did a summer fair, I went along for nothing and put on an archery session for them to help them raise money. And that's what it's about, being a social thing, giving something back to the community as well as helping the environment. Now,
obviously, well, I say obviously, is what you do a kind of seasonal thing? Are you doing a lot more during the summer and early autumn?
We are. It is seasonal, but last year the last birthday party I did of the year was 6th of December.
Oh, wow, okay.
And then we were back out in January, and one of my practitioners delivers forest school sessions completely term time round, and that's for 2 to 5 year olds. We're out on a Tuesday delivering forest school sessions then for 4 hours with them. So that can be all year, but you just need to make sure you've got the right gear.
I mean, really, a lot of what you're doing is almost kind of like early management school and team building activities as well, isn't it?
You can do all that as well, yes. Yeah.
So, you offer that to grown-ups as well?
Yeah, and I do. I've done stag do's in the summer holidays, and one weekend I did a birthday party on the Saturday for a 65-year-old, and on the Sunday I did a party for a 5-year-old.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So we also do like an overnight package. So if you want a few less people coming out, but have a better quality time, and longer out there, so we can concentrate on a few more skills. And so we do bat walks and night walks. If they want to sit and do some more carving, they can have longer, and then celebrate it with their friends again, sort of thing.
I mean, a lot of the things that you're doing, it's not. Although there is a primary focus on whatever it is, a lot of the skills are actually transferable ones into business, aren't they?
They are very yes, because a lot of them are to do with communication. They're to do with team building skills, as I said, communication, problem solving, observational skills, and those types. So, like today, I was out doing an adult session, delivering a John Muir Award, and we were making mallets, and they were working in pairs, making mallets, holding the wood for each other, learning to use the tools, talking to the adults were talking to each other, making sure that each other were all right, and supporting each other where it's needed. So there's lots of transferable skills involved.
Do you find that the day starts with everyone being, oh, what am I doing out here? Oh, we're in the woods. And it ends up where they just want to stay?
Yes. You can tell that some of them are a bit nervous. You've normally got a few that are confident and, I know what think I'm getting into. I like the outdoors. And then you've got a few that maybe aren't. So, I'm not sure about the outdoors. And then as the day goes on, we do a few warm-up games and activities kind of first. And lots of what we do is we do lots of informal learning and lots of learning, but it's all done through fun games and activities.
Okay.
But by the end of it, like today, one of them, we were wrapping up the end session today, and one of them said, "I feel like a child." And I just went, brilliant. I said, because exactly, we did lots of fun games, and one of them involved doing stalking, and we were squirting water at the people stalking.
It sounds like an absolute ball. It really does. I mean, a lot of these things sometimes can be sort of fairly expensive, can't they? I mean, it's certainly, in the old days when I used to work for a big corporation, you found that sort of team building events, you were looking at sort of £400-500 per person per day because you had some kind of impressive keynote speaker that built a bionic widget 50 years ago. When you say this is a social enterprise, is this a chance for people to engage but getting some of that subsidised or at a lower cost?
Yes, we depending on what the event is, because we're as a social enterprise, we are still a business, and we need to make sure we're sustainable, so our good work and our impact can keep going. So we have like a sliding scale of what we charge. Some events will be at our sort of more commercial full rate, and other events can go down to free. And then what we can also do is look at either ourselves getting funding to deliver a project or some sessions, or teaming up with other people, and between the two organisations we can get hopefully funding from various sources to put on a cheaper or a free event.
So basically then pretty much from a cake through to archery. Now, of course, in the old days, it used to be law that every male had to go out and use a longbow.
Exactly.
So you're complying with the law.
Yes.
I like the idea. So pretty much anywhere on that scale, from cake to longbows, you can accommodate it.
Yes.
Now, are you based in one particular place, or do you go where the activity takes you?
We are... I have got... I use a site called Growing for Life, just on the outsides of Preston, on the weekends and in the evenings. There's a couple of other sites I've got permission to use around Torbay, but we are a mobile service, so sometimes it will be going into school grounds and doing activities. I've got a client in an old people's home, and I do some one-to-one work with him, so I actually go into this old people's home and do it with him in there or on the grounds around it. We are perfectly mobile.
So tell me more about that, because that sounds like an amazing kind of therapeutic thing to be able to sort of go and perhaps do, carving and things like that.
Yes, it all came about because a friend of mine called Heather runs an activity called Activities for Health, and her social enterprise is all about giving people to do old people to do things when they're in a home, and especially if they've got dementia, to try to keep them active and busy, so it wards off the dementia. She identified this client as liking carpentry. She knew about Sylvan Adventures. She said, would we go in and do some sessions with him? So we've been going in and doing 2-hour sessions where he's made simple creations like mallets and spatulas and things, and I'm slowly building up his skills and confidence in using the tools again, because it's been quite a while since he's held a saw. And then we showed him how to use a shaving horse, which is a very old traditional device for sitting on and clamping the wood, and then they have draw knives for shaping the wood.
I know that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we've been doing with him, and it's kept him busy, and he's enjoyed it, and it's the staff that have been watching us have said how engaged he is with us.
There's something about certainly working with wood, and that's whether it's even going to something which I did recently was sort of disappearing in the woods with my daughter and making a shelter. You just make a kind of wooden shelter thing. As soon as you start engaging with the natural world, you don't need any of the sort of plastic toys and things like that. Everything just gets a little bit kind of, I don't know, it's just bonding, really. It is.
It's the saying goes, it's back to nature. You get that tactile feel, don't you? And and it kind of brings out a primeval.
Yeah, well,
stuff
definitely.
That's got deep inside of us, which we don't know is there. And like having a fire and lighting a fire, and the enjoyment you get out of lighting a simple fire. And then you can just see sometimes people just sitting there just gazing into it. And
I mean, there was a whole TV channel back in the early 90s, wasn't there, of just someone pointing a camera at open fire. And even, you got home and you sat down and you watched the open fire channel, it was hypnotic.
Somebody was talking about exactly the same thing when we were round our campfire today, because we cooked a vegetable stew over a campfire.
Yeah.
And I had a few other people lighting Kelly kettles to heat up for cups of tea. And one of them said, this reminds me of that video you telly and watch the flames.
Yes, far too many late nights watching sort of strange satellite TV channels. But anyway, listen, tell us how we get in touch with you.
We have, obviously, a Twitter account, so you can get us through that. We have a website, which is www.sylvanadventures.org. We have a Facebook page, again, so this is Google Sylvan Adventures. And on the weekend, we have a event as part of the Aging Well event.
Okay.
Aging Well Festival. So if people want to come up and see what we're up to and we're all about, you're more than welcome.
And where is that taking place?
That is happening at the Growing for Life site, just opposite Ockham Farm. It's 10 until 2, sorry. We are doing pizza making, felting and green woodworking. And it's a donation-only event.
You had us at the words pizza making there, I'm afraid. Dan, thank you very much for being our featured account this week. Sylvan Adventures, Sylvan, just in case anyone was worrying about that. You can find you on Twitter, as you say, on Facebook and everything else. Dan, thank you very much for being the account of the week.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Featured accounts with the Works Torbay. Flexible, affordable workspace. A new way of working and doing business.
Okay, it is the TorbayHour radio show. Thanks to the Babacamin for their continued support, and we're back into the realms of their Christmas party nights, which is always disturbing. Martin, how is life on the analogue iPad tonight?
It's a busy one, because when I've messed up the computer, I've also managed to unplug the thing, so I unplugged the internet. So I'm working on my phone.
Goodness sake!
I know, when I go clumsy, I really go clumsy. So we've got a few new people tonight. We've got @Dating Torbay. Mm-hmm. So if you're looking for love, as they say in the late night radio,
oh my word!
Then give them a go.
Why did you look at Nikki then as well? You should, if you're looking for love.
Well, because I felt more comfortable looking at Nikki than at you, to be honest.
Goodness, now you've gone the colour of the Mike Lively.
Also @Ugly Bun. So if you can't find love and you'd rather have cake, @Ugly Bun.
I won't make any comments about you modelling.
Yeah,
no.
There you go.
Yeah.
And if you eat too much cake and your feet get tired for carrying you around, @MyPodTalkie, a brand of podiatrists. That's a hard word to say.
Oh.
So there you go, 3 new accounts to follow. So looking for love at Dating Torbay, can't find love, rather eat cake at Ugly Bun, and doing all that up at My Pod Talkie.
It's all linked together in a strange kind of segue. Right, we're going to find out more about jelly and what that's all about. We have jelly beans in the studio as well. Any questions about jelly? We will try and answer them. But it's time for the first of our songs. Don't panic, Nikki. It's all right. We're not talking about jelly as in the cubes you melt with a kettle. You'll be fine. No, that's your department. Don't worry, we've got it covered. Right, music from Digital Dread. Played him last week. Played a new song, You Can Feel the Fire. So much reaction to that tune, I'll dig out this one. It's superb. It's called A Million Questions on the TorbayHour radio show.
If I could ask a million questions, that would leave me wanting more. That's why I let you do the talking. Maybe that's what talking's for.
TorbayHour radio show with Digital Dread UK and A Million Questions. Loads of his music available for free download as well from SoundCloud, so well worth checking out. Worth remembering as well, all the music we play on the show is from a Devon or a Torbay artist, so this is none of your outside of the county stuff. This is all homegrown talent, which is absolutely fantastic. 8:20, Monday evening. If you're listening on the Listen Again service, it could be any time of the day or night, but at the moment it's 8:20. Nikki Voice is in the studio with us. What a fantastic name. You should work in radio. You really should. It's brilliant. Now, this has been a source of amusement for me pretty much as soon as Martin said, Jelly's coming in. Now, I looked at you, I know what you do, but tell me about Jelly.
Jelly, okay. It's a free co-working event that we host within the Works Torbay.
Right. Now, co-working. Now, this on your website, it makes pains of the fact that it's not a networking event as in come along and buy from me.
No, not at all. The purpose of it is that you come and co-work with like-minded people, kind of chill out, exchange help, advice and tips, and possibly collaborate on new ideas.
Okay. So now this happens, there's 2 sites on there.
Yeah, we've got 2 work hubs. So we've got the the Harbour Works in Torbay and Brixham Sea Works. And so we adopted from UK Jelly and created Torbay Jelly. And then we created a day. So once a month, we will have our doors open for anyone to come and join us for the day, work on a desk space, meet our members, meet our tenants, and just have jelly beans, sandwiches.
And this is where it all started, is it? That's why it's called Jelly.
This is why it's called Jelly. Yeah. So back in 2006, 2 New York freelancers wanted to kind of come up with an idea where they could abolish the loneliness of home working.
And there's more, just pausing on that. Home working, I was involved, I used to work for a large communications company, and they pioneered teleworking in the early days of the internet when you had to sort of dial up on a modem and wait 45 minutes to download a Word document. And the loneliness of it was not to be underestimated. And if you're working at home all the time, I mean, I used to have a touchdown desk in an office, and pretty much the only reason you went in was for the social side of it, because you were never going to do any work because everyone was in the same position. And that was within the same company. So if you're working on a small business actually on your own, social interaction with other businesses is vital.
Absolutely. We see it every day in the work hubs. The amount of information that's shared, the creativity, it's absolutely outstanding how people can help each other. You wouldn't think, industries that we have, so you've got web designers, you've got hydro, a guy who does all the technical designs for the hydro plants, you've got someone who is a personal coach, you've got therapists, marketing, so many different people, and yet they all bounce off each other, they all help each other out, like lettings companies. It's mad. Yeah, it's really good.
Do you have people that do sort of the head and neck massages and stuff like that?
Unfortunately not.
No,
I will let you know as soon as I've acquired one.
So, is there when people first come in, is there a kind of reluctance, I don't want to give away my stuff for free, or are people
Actually,
totally
no,
open?
I haven't come across that yet. Everyone seems really chilled out with the idea. I think as technology develops and these companies are adopting hiring freelancers rather than keeping permanent employees and becoming adding home workers into their packages, it is becoming kind of a norm now, to work from a remote location and to be in these co-working offices.
Do you ever find that people from larger companies will come and use that touchdown space and be a part of that community, even though they're not working for themselves?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Right.
I have several IT workers. A couple of them actually have holiday homes down here. So, yeah, they're members. So they buy their time, rent a desk for a couple of days or maybe a couple of weeks and pop in and work from the co-working space while they're down on holiday, and then zip back up into...
What is it about word holiday that we don't know? These days, it's, I remember... Do you remember the days before mobile phones and pagers? You used to go on holiday and you came back into the office and then you started work again. Does anyone remember those days? No.
Holiday.
I find this is ridiculous, isn't it? I find myself leaving work, and after I've got home, so the journey's been 40 minutes, sometimes 40, say an hour.
Yeah.
I'll check my email. What is that all about? I know it's daft myself. I'm going to be in there the following day.
Or you send you send a tweet and then 5 minutes later you check it to see if anyone's seen it or liked it.
No
or
one's
whatever.
favourited that. What's wrong?
What's wrong? What have I done? Why have I upset everyone?
Anyway, but the point is that, people can come on holiday or whatever and use the space.
Yes, they can.
Okay, it was a very, very short answer to a ridiculously long question.
I don't know, we like to be concise at the works. No, they can. We have, it's like a gym. So you can rent a desk for a day, you can buy time. So I have someone that travels the world, has a holiday home in Brixham, and he's bought the package for 15 days. So instead of a roll-on monthly subscription, he just has 15 days on his access card, and he'll use those 15 days, and when those 15 days expires, he'll buy another block of days. So we can mix up our memberships to how it suits our clients.
Okay, now when you say you're sort of buying an access card, I instantly thought, it shows my vintage. I remember access cards when they were around as a credit card, but there you go. How much is it? Is it something which is, so obviously it's cost effective?
Absolutely. So if you want to drop down in for a day, it's £10 a day. It's £39 for 5 days access.
Right.
£99 for 15 and £149 for 24/7 access.
Really? Yeah. Oh, right. You can all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And are there jelly babies 24/7?
There's jelly beans in the office 24/7.
I'm there.
Hang on a second. We started with jelly beans. Now we've moved into jelly babies.
You said jelly babies.
Did I? I'm sorry.
Jelly beans.
Jelly beans are better than jelly babies. Jelly beans win every time.
Jelly beans are better than jelly babies?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm going to get abuse, but yeah, jelly beans are better than jelly babies. Come at me. I will fight you all
I have no predetermined thing on that, I have to say.
No, jelly beans, definitely.
Apart from the ones that taste of sick from Harry Potter. they're just not right.
Oh, I don't know.
All right, if you get sick flavoured jelly beans, we know where to send them. We know where to send them, don't we? So, now, okay, if you take the average working day then, so if someone pitches up down on the harbour side in Torquay, what percentage of their day is actually heads down over a computer or over an analogue iPad working as opposed to interacting with other people?
Surprisingly, it's actually been proven they're more productive in a co-working space.
Right.
So it's been a lot of discussion this within the hubs. So if you come into the office and you work with the same people on the same project, are you going to be talking about the project or focusing on the work? You'll probably be discussing more.
Yeah.
If you're in a co-working space and no one around you knows what you're working on, you do more work in a shorter amount of space. You stop and have a cup of tea and chat to the people around you, and then you focus again. So actually, it's proven to be more productive in a co-working space.
Okay.
So studies have shown. I shall tweet these studies.
Yeah, Nikki 1, TorbayHour 0 there on that one. Martin, mark that one down. Okay, fine. So with all of the people coming in, businesses, or how many individuals would you say are regular users of the facility? And I'm not saying, that come in every day, but if you were to say, right, well, I know there are 500 businesses across the bay that use the service, or do you find people are aware of it?
I wouldn't say as many people are aware of it as we would like, because it's a very new concept, especially for down here. In a city, they're booming.
Right.
I think they're bustling for the amount of people that are concentrated within that area.
So how long have you been where you are?
We have been open for almost 2 years.
Right.
We have quite a high turnover, so people move around, swap jobs, especially with freelancers. If they get a new contract elsewhere, they're just free to up and go, aren't they? So no one has any commitment, obviously, to us. We're just an office space for people who need us when they need us.
But there are jellies in other cities, so you move to Newcastle,
Absolutely,
you just
there's
look
jellies.
it up.
There's a Totnes jelly, Plymouth jelly. There's jellies all over the place. But the Torbay jelly is obviously the best one.
Well, clearly.
Wacky Wabbits just pointed out that all jelly babies are female. Might just be to save a bit of money and to save a little bit of jelly.
Only Wacky Wabbits.
You'll never be able to look at a jelly
right.
baby again now, will you?
Right, well, on that bombshell, I think it's time for the second of our songs tonight. This one, I absolutely love this song. We've not played that in a long time. It's Andy Quick's Flying Orchestra. This is superb. It's the one on the TorbayHour radio show. Wacky Wabbit, go and hang your head in shame. You should be absolutely disgusted at yourself. We are here. We'll never mention you again. It's 8:30.
up, there's 50 billion suns I inspire. But I see you, feel the green light, bottom line to the frontier region. It's brutal, but that's the way I roll. So this time I waited for the one. She calls, she crawls, she breaks, but she don't come. 'Cause all this time I waited for the one, the one, the one. So what's up? It's 5 o'clock and I'm moving away. It's tired. Look up, it's 50 billion songs I inspire. Come on, addiction. It's illness to the grave and beyond. I'm moving, I'm breathing, I'm beating. That's enough for now. So all this time I'm waiting for the one. She calls, she crawls, she breaks, but she don't come. 'Cause all this time I waited for the one, the one. She calls, she breaks, but she don't come. She don't. Oh, come on. Take me to the grave and beyond. I'm moving, breathing, I'm beating. That's enough for now.
It's the TorbayHour radio show with Andy Quick's Flying Orchestra. It is the one. We are the world's first Twitter hour associated radio show.
Indeed, you'd have thought
is
you'd have had
great.
that down by now.
Well, you would have done, wouldn't you? There you go. There you go. Right, now listen, a significant moment passed not a few moments ago.
Yes, we just hit 7,000 followers. Da, 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 da. So yeah, we're quite chuffed with that, actually.
Now, before the show, we mentioned the fact that when you get overexcited, you start shouting and you get louder and louder.
Yeah, sorry.
Just happened, didn't it? Yeah.
Just a little bit.
There you go. Right, so what else is going on the feed tonight?
Right, so Torquay Chamber were tweeting earlier. Are you an SME looking for support? Join their business breakfast events. So at Torquay Chamber for that. At Absolute Torquay, here to answer all your property related questions. So I had a few of those earlier in the year, so I wish you'd been around then. At Ace Printwear, promoting their printed or embroidered clothing. So if you're looking for your brand awareness, and if you're looking for uniform, then give them a shout. At Charles Darrow have got their new website up, so check that out. And Flossie and Jim have new products on the website at the moment, and 10% of all their sales until Christmas is going to the May and Families charity.
Right, okay.
So definitely worth checking those out.
Okay, now we have in the studio tonight Nikki Voice, who is, apart from having a great name, is representing jelly in Torbay. Now, obviously, we found out already that jelly, is it international or national? International.
Yes, I believe it
so
is.
could you, by credit in Torbay, decide to go on holiday to New York and suddenly pitch up in a jelly office there?
I'm sure if you Google it, there'll be a jelly somewhere. Yes, absolutely. Well, it started in New York, so best place to find one.
Well, that's why I plucked it miraculously out of thin air.
Oh, well planned.
Yeah. Now, I mean, this is sort of fairly flippant, but you just had a message with someone who's listening saying, work? You just eat cake. But surely that actually, being serious, is actually kind of productive. If you're sitting around eating cake and chatting, actually is probably the most productive parts of the day.
Absolutely.
Not just if you're in the cake industry.
With the jam, we make sandwiches for everyone. We set out a spread in the middle of the office. We've got sofas in our office. We make it very comfortable.
It's very new, isn't it? Yeah.
So that is probably the most productive part of the day because everyone's relaxed. They've kind of got most of their work done in the morning. They just enjoy lunch, and then through the afternoon they make connections. You know, it's not networking in the fact that this is what I do. You know, by me. It's the fact that this is what I do. What do you do? Oh my gosh, you should try this idea. You know, the collaborative side of it rather than the sell side.
Do you ever have people that come in that might not do a keynote speech, but sort of will present a particular thing, or is it sort of just much softer than that? There's no...
Much more chilled out than that. So you just come in, work for the day, you know, chat and make contacts that way. It's not... We have... part of the works, we have our networking evenings, and that's where we give our members or local businesses the opportunities to do a pitch, say who they are, what they do in the Bay, and that means they get to meet all our members there. But it is a networking evening, so then people don't mind because they know they're coming for the talk, for the business card handout and everything like that. The jellies are just a very chilled out co-working day.
When people come along, because certainly it's kind of strange sometimes, if you've never been to a tweet up or never witnessed a tweet up taking place, it's kind of the weirdest thing, isn't it? I mean, when we had one here at the Music Mill, you find a room full of people that have never met each other. They're suddenly heads down over a computer and they never actually interact in the real world, but yet they're sort of shouting at each other on Twitter.
Yeah, there's usually a bit of sort of talking going back and forth, but it tends to be a bit quiet.
Yeah, and then you say to someone sort of gets up and leaves at the end. You say, "Are you okay? Yeah, I had a great time." How did that happen?
If you're not on Twitter, it makes no sense whatsoever. Even if you are on Twitter, it makes no sense to me, and I host them.
So, do you find that when people come in, if they've never sort of been to a jelly before, that they're a little bit kind of not nervous, but they're sort of just unsure what to expect?
A little bit, yeah, because they come in and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to work from here for the day," so. I mean, a lot of people don't really know how to be. Do they dress up and come and sit at the desk? It's like an official working day. It's not until you get into the swing of it. You'll soon be in, you know, shorts and flip-flops and T-shirts. You just turn up.
Well, this was in the news today, wasn't it? One of the financial correspondents on the TV saying there was uproar because he didn't wear a tie in the Chancellor. And he's saying, you know, it's not important what you wear. I mean, the whole world has gone casual. I don't think it wasn't like a sort of conscious overnight, you know, as of tomorrow at 4:00 we will be casual. It just kind of happened.
It has just happened, but business seems a lot more relaxed nowadays, doesn't it?
Now, is that a spin-off of the internet and social media? Is that just because we don't need to interact in the real world with people as much?
I don't think we don't have to interact with people as much. I think the way we interact is a lot more relaxed now. People don't have to make an impression with a suit as much as they used to.
I won't bother wearing the suit anymore. I come in here every Monday night in a dinner jacket with a bow tie on, waiting to address the nation, and I don't need to.
No, I don't think you need to.
I wish you'd wear the trousers too.
You can rely on you to lower the tone. You really can, can't you? Dear, oh dear. Right, it's 20 to 8. If you want to find out more about the jellies in There's enough jellyfish in Torquay and Torbay already, aren't there, this summer? Dear, oh dear. But if you want to find out more about the jellies, we've got another 20 minutes. You can send your questions. Hashtag TorbayHour is the simplest way of doing that. Martin, what else is coming in tonight? You know my passion for recruitment via Twitter. Anything coming through the jobs front?
No, I haven't seen much on the jobs front today, actually, funnily enough.
We're moving into the time of the year when seasonal employment, I'm talking Christmas.
I think we've got to just start talking about it now. You know, I think Christmas is in the business sense. It really does need talking about. And yes, I know that's me breaking my own code, but
code. Thank goodness for that.
Another thing I've broken tonight.
Yeah.
You know, in all seriousness, Christmas does need thinking about and does need talking about because everyone's preparing now for.
Yeah, I mean, whether that's sort of the catering trade, sort of restaurants and hotels, all of we spoke last week, didn't we, about mobile discos, booking Christmas parties.
Yeah, exactly.
The printing, if you're thinking in terms of business, sort of Christmas cards and things as well. So, I mean, it's going to be October in a couple of days. I don't want to panic anyone here.
I'm panicked already. Jesus, really?
Literally, yeah. But now, is this something with the jellies? Could you use the address? Could you use the jelly or the works address as your business address?
Yes, you can. Yeah, so we have a...
You're never going to say no to anything, are you? It's just yes, you can.
No, yeah, we have Postal Works. So, it's, again, a monthly payment. If you're a member, it's £29 a month. If you're a non-member, you just want us as a postal address. No membership, it's £48 a month. And get your post delivered. We'll inform you when your post has arrived, keep it safe. And, yeah, you can use us as a business address.
It's all too good, isn't it? Loads more about the jellies between now and I can't believe where the hour's going. It's coming up to, where are we? 42 to 8:42. We've got time for another song, though. This one from Holly Marina. Now, Holly was performing in the Bay a couple of weeks ago when we were talking to Simon Waugh from White Rock Primary in their Festival of Learning. Holly was down there. This is great. This is Open Up the Sky.
The way you look at her right there, the thing she has that I don't have, what is that? Why not me? Why am I always left to breathe all alone in a deep blue sea with nobody? Oh, if I could open up the sky. What do you see in her? She's not worth all of your love. Whoa, please don't pretend that you love me. Don't fake yourself to anyone else. Oh, if I could open up the sky. Oh, if I could open up your mind. She's gonna hurt you. She's gonna hurt you. She's gonna desert you. She doesn't deserve you. Yeah, she's gonna burn you. She's gonna burn you. She's gonna burn you. Oh, she's gonna burn you. Because it's not fair the way you look at her right there. The things she has that I don't have. Oh, what is that? Oh, if I could open up the sky. Oh, if I could open up the sky.
Holly Moina and Open Up the Sky on the TorbayHour radio show. Particularly appropriate today, of course, with the blood moon this morning. Were you up to see that?
No, I had a busy weekend.
Nikki? No. It was great.
I've seen it all on social media today, so it's not,
it's not the same as seeing it for real. It really isn't. And of course, this afternoon, the announcement of flowing water on Mars.
Yes. Wasn't the announcement everyone was hoping for, but
What, you were hoping for little green men?
I think a lot of people were hoping for little green men.
Oh dear.
Or even just little green germs,
Life on Mars.
Life on Mars.
It's only a matter of time now. We could send you. If we get enough people together to pitch in, you could be one of the exploronauts.
I think actually, if you group fund that, I'm sure you'll find many people that will put in much money.
Yes.
Martin is an explorenaut.
Get rid of him.
Now, listen. Aside from crowdfunding your trip to Mars,
Yep.
You've launched a survey, and this is nothing to do with sick flavoured jelly beans either.
This is nothing absolutely to do with sick flavoured jelly beans. I always think that feedback is worth taking honestly, and worth taking in. So I've sent out a survey today. It's 5 real quick questions just on how you use social media in business, how you use TorbayHour in business, thoughts on things like that. Check it out. We've put it on our Facebook page. We put it on our Twitter page. I'll tweet it from my @Devon Twitter Assist page as well. And just be completely honest about it. We're here to support the businesses of Torbay, and it's worth just checking out every now and then, making sure that everyone's happy about it, and making sure we're still aiming in the right direction. Really,
it's one of those things, isn't it? I mean, I use the TorbayHour as soon as if I need something, I don't know, a tradesman at home or something, I'll tweet and ask the question. The thing which I find interesting is even if I know there's somewhere out there that does it, you don't always get a response, even if you virtually tag that individual in because you want them to reply.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't always get a reply. So although people might have got Twitter accounts, they're not necessarily always bang on in sort of staying up to date with what they're receiving.
No, exactly. And, we just need to sort of get hold of as many people as we can and just get as much feedback as possible, because obviously the more feedback we get, the wider the information we get back, the more we can do about it, and the more we can see what people really want.
And this goes again to on the show. We were talking earlier on about the music. Now, we send out pleas during the week for bands that want to get their music on the show. And we still get people going, oh, you never play my stuff.
Like the lady that just texted me a moment ago, yes.
Yes, we know who you are.
If you don't send us the stuff, we don't go out there. We haven't got time to necessarily go out there and try and find it. If you send it to us, the chances are it's going to get played. So if it's original, if you come from Devon, then send it in. You've heard some fantastic tracks tonight. And there's so many more we've got that we work through. Lost Sound Chorus, by the way, it's about time they got back recording again. They're tweeting all the time, but we need more music from you, because this year a cappella music is the thing.
Yeah, and sorry, I'm busy. I can't. I'm busy that day. I know you'd be upset about that.
You could put together a jelly choir. That would be quite, all the businesses, the business community choir. Now, has anyone ever done that?
A business community choir?
Because there's obviously choirs, business choirs. You get all the stuff that's been on TV, but a business community choir.
Yeah, I'm busy that day. Sorry.
No, well, don't
could
worry,
certainly put
you're
it
on the
out
way to Mars. So, Nikki, listen, Jelly, if someone's just tuned into the show, obviously you can hear it again on the YouTube channel, so catch up with all the things that are going on with the Jelly. What's coming up in terms of the events you've got coming up around Christmas? Are you closed over the Christmas period? All that?
No, we are open. Yeah, as I said, 24/7 access. So if you've got 24/7 access, you can even come in and work Christmas Day. We won't necessarily be there to make you sandwiches. Just
that's outrageous.
Out there.
Absolutely
I know.
outrageous. Yeah.
I know. Working hours of today.
Now, the facilities that are in there. If people need printers and sort of all that Wi-Fi.
Broadband, Wi-Fi, a fully working kitchen, no gas hobs. It's a microwave, just, safety.
Yeah, well, hey.
Yeah, kettles, dishwasher. You've got a dishwasher and a fridge, so you can bring in your lunch and, make
Do you find that sort of lots of different businesses know how to use a dishwasher better than one business?
Well, kind of individuals know how to. Generally, the female side of the office workers...
Oh my goodness! What have you started now?
Have got it down.
No. I've got a few offices at work, and I fully agree. I'm the one that does all the cleaning of the dishes, although my staff would disagree.
So pretty much, it's a touchdown office. I mean, there are
It
other
is a fully working
serviced office.
Yeah, just come in and it's all ready to go for you. And even the Wi-Fi password's written on the wall, so you don't even have to talk to us if you don't want to.
Well, other than to order what's going to be in your sandwiches.
But you soon do, because you
Yeah.
soon realise we make you sandwiches and tea.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So if you need a touchdown office, whether you're on holiday, whether that's where you want to make it a permanent base, whether it's to get sort of hints and tips from support industries or
Absolutely,
whatever.
or is it even just have a break from the norm from your home office, if you're a home worker, just, we've got the facilities for you just to drop in and use.
And actually, it's something that's worth pointing out, isn't it? Because even if you do work at home and you're very effective working at home, sometimes, I don't know, you've got a builder in doing some work and you need somewhere to go just to sort of clear your head. And actually, just having a change of, view and environment can be refreshing.
Absolutely. Even having like a routine in the day where you actually leave the house and you go to work
Yeah.
make you more productive. Not necessarily do it every day, but absolutely having that break from the norm really does help.
And it's one of those things. From the flip side of that is actually knowing when to stop as well, because I know from when I was teleworking that you go, I'll have a sandwich and I'll go back to my desk and I'll carry on, and you do some more emails and you suddenly realise that the whole day is gone and you've worked into the evening. Whereas being able to say, no, I'm going to work and then I'm going to close the door on it and walk home helps with that kind of work-life balance thing.
Yeah, it really does. I have a lady that joined me and she was doing 16, 17-hour days purely because she worked from home. The laptop was there. She'd go off and make her tea and she would come back, and just because it was there, she'd carry on working. And she just got into this rut of just going to sleep, getting up, working, checking emails, waking up in the night, checking more emails. So then she came and joined us, and we have lockers so you can keep all your equipment with us. So she used to come down, pack all the stuff away, leave it in the locker, go home, and she couldn't even touch her laptop until she came back into the office the next day, and she was loving it.
That's
She was
absolutely
loving
brilliant.
it.
How come no one knows you're there? Because this just sounds almost too good to be true, really, as a service.
It is. I don't know. I started working for them 6 months ago, so I don't really know why people don't know this. Why I'm here. Come and see us at the works. It's such a great idea. I mean, maybe they just like working from home. They haven't realised what it's like to come down. This is why we do the jellies, just take that break from home.
And to be fair, you've actually got a room with a view as well, haven't you? Because the view on the harbour,
works.
it's absolutely stunning.
Quite distracting. Yes, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Well, if you've got one, you can sit on the sofas, put your feet up and just contemplate life.
You can. It's a great space.
With cake.
With cake. And tea made for you.
I'm there.
Maybe we should.
Yeah.
That would work quite well.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, brilliant. All right, well, thank you so much for coming in. It's been lovely to see you, and we will come down and sample the cake and jelly beans.
And I will tell you, the 8th of October is our next free jelly day.
Right, so that is going to be middle of next week.
Yes.
Thursday, yes.
Thursday the 8th.
Thursday
So once
the
you
8th.
all there, I'll get extra cake in for you.
Marvellous.
Marvellous.
We like that. Nikki, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Martin, what's going on the feed?
Right, so a couple of things. So you were saying about jobs earlier. If you're looking for a job, check out at Torbay CDT. They've got 3 great jobs coming up this week, so keep an eye on that one and see what's going on. At YV Matters, any hotels or venues interested in hosting a Michael Bublé Christmas show?
A Michael Bublé
Christmas
now,
show.
See, Michael Bublé, his Christmas show that he does from his home in Canada.
Yeah.
Which for some reason has got an audience of about 500 people in it. But anyway.
And only one wall.
Yeah, but it's repeated right the way through the year.
Is it?
Yeah, you can switch him on in July. He's doing his Christmas show.
It's a bit much, but people like the boobs, don't they?
But you see, I think Michael Bublé, moving very swiftly on, I think Michael Bublé is one of those guys who'd be nice. You'd want to go around Michael Bublé's house and lean on the piano and sing. Even you.
Oh, yeah.
He'd ask you to stop.
He would.
He strikes me as that kind of guy.
He'd hit me with the piano.
As in fact we all might. So anyway, listen, Michael Bublé show.
I've lost the tweet now, but I believe it was for charity. But yeah, if you're looking for anything like that, then at YV Matters, get in touch with them.
We like that.
At Sarah TRT Bid, she's saying the TRT Bid business plan is now available at trtbid.co.uk. So get yourself involved, get yourself knowledged up on that one.
Now, this is one of those things. We've had the bid team in from Torquay, haven't we?
Yeah.
And it's always stuns me that people don't know enough about what's going on in their bids.
No, exactly.
These things are there theoretically to help. And unless you actually have your say, then when it comes round and you're asked to contribute to it and you go, what's all this about? Well, not asked to, you're told to contribute to it, aren't you?
Yeah, so you've got no choice. This will affect you one way or another. And, I think a lot of people have gone straight away, oh, no, I don't like it. It's going to cost me money. But, get involved, find out exactly what it means. Because obviously if it does go through, whether you vote, it's going to cost you that money. So you might as well find out what it's going to do for you.
Right, what else we got?
At team_Griffiths, they've been a bit quiet lately, but that's because they've been tweeting for other people mostly. So if you're looking for someone to take over your social media account, give them a shout. At Blinkback Video, he's got a £100 referral scheme, basically, for anyone who successfully refers a client to him.
This is a great idea. Actually, I'm surprised. That could be something, again, which takes off a lot more, isn't it? Because, effectively, if you extend your sales force to everybody else in the business community, and this must go back again to the jellies, really. If you've got a room full of people of vastly differing businesses, apart from the kind of selling amongst themselves, if they go, I'm working with someone who does whatever, does that happen at all as well?
Actually, it did in the last jelly.
There you go.
Yeah, I had a gentleman that came in to do manufacturing, so straight over my head. But when he explained the concept, I have a lady in my other hub, and she has many years in manufacturing, actually working with the teams, making them more productive. But she's obviously seen the ideas. So I introduced them over email, and they're currently working together to help them develop the product into an idea and moving forward.
We like that.
There you go.
You just don't know who you'll meet.
Now you need to speak to him about your widgets.
Absolutely. Yeah. So referral schemes, the idea, £100 sort of commission effectively for being a salesperson.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're looking for anyone that wants a video for their website or just social media in general, then at Blinkback Video, and you'll get £100 off of him. So you can't say fairer than that. At Bridget McDevon, obviously the Macmillan representative in Devon here, she's saying thanks to everyone who hosted a coffee morning last week. Because obviously it was Macmillan Coffee Mornings, and so I'm sure they raised a lot of money for that. And a big good luck to Kevin Nicholson, Torquay United's new manager. I don't think anyone's going to wish him ill.
Well, no, certainly not. He's got a bit of an uphill struggle on there, hasn't he?
He's got a hell of a struggle on his hands, yeah. So good luck with that one, definitely.
Maybe we should try and get him on the show.
Well, yeah. What can we do? What can we do to help Torquay United?
Torquay United, it's a great community club, Torquay United, isn't it? So, anything which we can do to support them.
Yeah, the amount of tweets we were getting the other night sort of saying, look, get up to Torquay United tonight, get up to Torquay.
In fact, the footballing community was incredibly supportive, because when they were going through that transitional period, there were people from Argyle going up, people from Exeter City going up as well, all supporting the club for being the club. So
yeah, exactly. Great. So we've got to support it somehow.
Right, okay. Listen to the show again on the YouTube channel. Just go onto YouTube, search for TorbayHour. You'll find the entire back catalogue there, guaranteed to send you to sleep between now and Christmas. Nikki, thank you so much for coming in. We look forward to meeting you down at the Jellies with the, jelly beans, jelly babies.
Only female ones.
Only female ones.
Leave it well alone. Wacky Wabbits, your ban is lifted.
Tweeting business in Torbay and South Devon. This is the Torbay Hour radio show.